Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what is going on? Today I have a different type of video. This is almost like a guide series that is inspired by a comment I got recently, which was, can you make a video showing how you can find vintage clothes for cheap? It was something like that. I'm just paraphrasing here. So I want to provide some value for you guys for absolutely free 99. And just real quick, I'm gonna drop a list and then I'm gonna show you guys my particular places to find vintage gear for cheap, most of which are generally accessible and relatable to anybody. So just to name a general list, one would be thrift stores, and there's obviously tiers that build off of that. Number two, I would say, could be garage sales. This is in no order. And estate sales. You can also go to flea markets and rag houses if you have access. And then last and certainly not least, maybe hitting people up on Facebook marketplaces or other in-person apps where you can link up with people and buy clothing. Now, I have been selling clothes since the year of our Lord 2014. I've been thrifting every single week, almost every day since 2012. So I have 12 years of selling experience under my belt. This is what I do full time, in case you are new here. And yeah, let me just break it down, because I feel like financial freedom and just freedom of movement, or what you do in general, is really awesome. And I am blessed to be in the position I am. And I want to thank you guys for watching and tuning in. But let's get into my method and place of first choice, which is going to be the Goodwill outlet or the Goodwill bins. They sell clothing by the pound, bring out clothes non-stop. And to me, it essentially is wholesale, open to the public, which is great. All you need is some effort and knowledge, because you can sell things in every single category, from clothes to shoes to electronics, toys, media, books. But let's go ahead and get in field so I can show you guys where I find vintage clothing for extremely cheap. There's going to be more places coming up, but this is just our stop number one on this guide series of video. Let's go. Okay guys, so we are live in the bins, $2.50 per pound of clothes. So this is a great place to accrue items if you're okay with getting dirty and competition. I've been in here like an hour thus far, and look at all of the gear I have. Okay, so look, let's just start at the top. We have a little Levi's puffer. This is a kid's jacket. It's probably worth like $20. Based off the weight, I think that's like roughly 1 pound, so I'll pay $2.50 for that one. Now, in terms of a grail, you really gotta dig. You have to be persistent in here, but persistence pays off. I mean, I haven't invested much time, and I found that vintage Tommy for your mommy sailing gear piece. This is another one that'll probably be only like $3. $3. I can easily turn this for probably 40 bucks. And that's what I'm talking about. So there's some good gear I can list right there. And then you have random bread and butters that I can let go for like $5 to $10 a piece. And the items are so cheap, it doesn't even matter. Like this hoodie, for example, will probably cost me $5. I can sell it for 15 very quickly. It's all embroidered, and that's what's up. I also like having unique pulls, such as this trench coat. Look at this one. Now this will be a bit heavier, so you do have to be cognizant of the weight, but this is just such a cool piece. It has a leather neck, interior lining, and it's all floral on the outskirts. That is vintage, so I love grabbing pieces that are unique, that you don't see too often. And some of the items I do list, others I run on Whatnot, especially like more lower end t-shirts. You just gotta let some of the items go. And things that are visually appealing but may not be searchable are still definitely worth the pickup. This is a cool vintage Aztecian aquaberry color scheme, which is really nice. And then look, we got Nike as well. Again, I have not been in here long at all. It does have a couple stains. This is the Goodwill outlet, but I can get those out. So, I mean, when you get items for cheap, sometimes it's better to put in the effort to clean them up. Look, Barack Hussein no drama. Easy, like $7 to $10 shirt if I sell it instantly on Whatnot. Now, when it comes to pieces like this, like a heavy suede jacket, this is a really high quality piece, but it is damaged, and this could catch you slipping at being about $8 to $9. So this is where things start getting a little bit more expensive, is when they are heavier. by the weight. Here's another example of a piece. This is very intriguing. It's this Nike Gayakuso by Undercover, like collab. It says light right here and dark. Dude, this will probably cost like 35 cents. It is super light, but this is a collab. Subtle swoosh right there. It's this type of stuff that makes it all worthwhile. Yeah, players. Look at this one, man. The American-made B Wild Western. The interior is something special right here. This is a special one. It is a little bit dirty, gotta clean it up, but I used to have this jacket in 2015, and now I got it back. This might be the same one I had. This one is probably like 3 or 4 pounds, so a good $8, but this is a crazy clean piece. That nice soft leather. Let's get it, man. Look, this is another really cool pool, liquid blue. I can tell by the tag, Woodstock. This is most likely early 2000s, double stitched, tie-dye. You gotta grab it, man. It's like $1 a tee. And that's why this is the ultimate cheat code, not only to thrifting, I guess, like in terms of being super cheap, but just finding anything for your household or life in general. If you want toys, pull up here. Holiday decor, pull up. Cookware, that might be weird for y'all, but speakers, electronics, everything is so damn cheap, it's insane. So this is just a life hack overall. If you don't sell shit, you can legit create an entire lifestyle at the bins and have endless entertainment for elderly individuals who are puzzle addicts as well. So look at this little storage solution, knowledge, media. What? All right, so status update. After going to the Goodwill bins, which I shot about a month ago, I sold a ton of the items. Some of them were sales on Whatnot. Other sales actually came from platforms that anyone and everyone can use, such as eBay, where I sold that little Nike Undercover jacket. It sold in less than a day, so I probably gave someone a really good deal, but for me, I paid less than $1 on it, and I made like $44. I'll put the exact prices right here. But let's get into some other methods, and I'll explain why I don't go to certain places as of right now. So estate sales are okay depending on the price. Garage sales are good for finding clothes for cheap, as is the flea market. However, I have 2 very young children, and on the weekends, my wife is a school teacher. I let her sleep in, so I do take care of the babies early in the morning on the weekends. So that's why I'm not on the garage sale and flea market circuit as of right now. When they get a little bit older, I'm gonna teach them young folks how to hustle. But I would say the number 2 spot is going to a thrift store on a discount or half off day. Depending on where you live, your location or city, obviously it is variable to change on the exact chain or type of thrift store. But I know that the Salvation Army usually does half off on Wednesdays, at least in Texas. Goodwill will have Colors of the Week, Veterans and Teachers Day. Honestly, a normal Goodwill they're pretty uptight about actually giving deals to the public. But a thrift store that I have here in Houston, Family Thrift Center, will give you half off. If you spend $50 during the week, you get 50% half off. I use this as a cheat code and a hack to get gear extremely cheap. That 1 is overpriced, or 2, if I can get it for like 55 cents to $1, why would I not pick it up, sell it on Whatnot instantly, or list it if I know there is some more loot to gain from it? So let's get in the Family Thrift Center on a half off day, and I'll show you guys some cool things that I found. It's time, baby. Half off at the Family Thrift. All I have to say is holy half off day. The cart is looking stupendous. Bro, nice aqua green color scheme. There's no way I could pass on this soccer superior outerwear ass. Like, the cart is so loaded up. Where shall I even begin? I got a bunch of polo shirts that might not pass the final inspection, but we have the Tommy for Your Mommy all striped up. This looks terrible. Let me organize a little bit and then I'll revisit with you guys. All right, y'all, so jacket wise, I got some good Western leather vibe pieces. This one's gonna be $10, $5 for the genuine leather. And then you have another real leather trench coat. And then this crazy, I see all this money through my Ohio State Buckeyes. I see all this money through my Ohio State Buckeyes. But yeah, this is a vibe right here. And then in terms of sportswear, you got the Michigan State 2 birds, 1 bat center swoosh. You got the Thomas for $5. Another Alphani. We'll see if I get that. The Illinois Columbia Illini ×2, but this one is Nike though, and it is a bigger boy size. And then we have a couple of unmentionables that I did grab first and foremost when I walked in the store. The Man Shitty Codeine Dreamin'. My God. Got a nice vertical stripe of orange on that thing, a little Satsuma tangerine color scheme. Also, Rams hat, North Face high vent for the ladies. And then I found a tax on North Face that I'm probably not gonna grab because this dude's gonna be like 15. That kind of seems outlandish. Look at this. When your heart's in the right place, the Thrift bestows blessings. I was looking for kids gear, and then I found this vintage dead stock Chicago Bears. Let's get it. Dude, I cashed out in the Western wear section like $3. Ralph, 7. Another Pearl Snap. Hey, Wrangler. I'm comfortable in Wrangler. We got ×2, and then the Marlboro. Jackpot. So we're back from the family thrift center, and I will say that now in the springtime when I am releasing this video, it is a lot harder to find gear in there for a reasonable price. But I pick up items such as this like LSU Tigers piece. This is gonna be like $5 is what I got it for. This is like a $15 polo all day, and I can sell it for $12 to $10. And there's a ton of other polo shirts that I can pick up for like $1, such as this Tampa Bay Buccaneers polo that I picked up, and it almost is irrelevant what I sell it for. I also am a hat fiend, so on half off days, I go crazy in the hat section, getting really sweet hats for cheap. Like this one was less than $3, and this fitted was $3.33, so I got it for what, $1.75, or I guess $1.60 something, which is amazing. My last spot where I personally get vintage gear for cheap may not be the most relatable, but it is rag houses. Now, usually the way rag houses work is they'll either charge you a flat fee, like minimum wise, meaning you have to spend $1,000 to even enter the building. They'll sell clothes by the pound. I've seen rag houses from like $4 to $8. Now, the one I went to in particular was $2 on this day. But let's get into the rag house right now, and I'll show you guys how I cook up for $2 a pound, which is better than the Goodwill outlet. Let's go. Days like today are when we delve into the piles. $2 a pound, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, you do have to look, you do gotta shift and dig, but there is some gear in here. I already have a little pile that I developed right around yonder. I mean, look at this one. Just Michigan Wolverines, a bunch of little bread and butter items. Austin FC Adidas, that one is clean. There's just a bunch of stuff in here. Nike, kind of utility Y2K. Steelers, this one is a chopper, but it is still nutmeg. And then got some military parkas as well. It's nice. So there's a ton of quality outerwear. This looks like somebody skinned a baby bear. Straight out of hibernation though, just the fur's a bit disheveled. Another one, diamonds dancing on the interior. Then you have the vintage Dunlop, straight out the 70s. Like an oceanic wave happening on this thing. It is yellowed, but I'm gonna try and treat it. I just like the color block on this guy. Damn, saucing like a dolphin. Approach me with caution. Someone wiped their ass with this cuff. Regardless, I'm gonna try and clean this daddy up. St. Louis Rams, another one in the camel Sigs. Come on. Look at this one, all stitched. Mitchell Ness, 4XB. That's one size fits most, baby. That's inspiration. If you're not a 4X, you can get there. Last but not least, Scooby-Doo. Super cool. It does have flaws though. Chipped up neck, no zip, but it's Scooby. How could you not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags. Actually, that's 8. Good Lord. So we are back from the rag house, and I did make a ton of sales from gear I picked up in there. A lot of those items were so cheap, I just threw them on Whatnot because I wanted them to move, and I kind of did not care what I even got for the pieces. So that is kind of my strategy in terms of sales, is if I get an item for cheap enough, I'll sell it on Whatnot, and basically Whatnot is just a wholesaling platform in my opinion. But items that I spend up a little more on, or that I know people will lowball the living daylights out of me on Whatnot, I am going to list on multiple platforms, and I do a hybrid strategy. Y'all might be asking which one is better than the other. That might be a future video. Personally, I think it just depends on your style. If you know you are not going to list items, then sell a Whatnot. It's a lot quicker, but you'll get, in my opinion, a lot less money on mid-range items. If you have grails, you'll decently get some good money. But yes, I do a hybrid strategy just so my foot is in both, I guess, types of platforms. Basically, I'm not beholden to any one selling method. But yes, I digress. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. That is how I personally find vintage for cheap. Obviously, some of you guys are veteran thrifters. Some of you guys might be new into the game. It's not all about selling gear. As I mentioned in the outlet, you can create a whole awesome lifestyle on a budget and not be as reliant on going to these expensive ass retail stores to get gear. That honestly is just stupid in my opinion, and it's less cool. Like, finding art at a thrift store is significantly better than going to Ross and grabbing some Live, Laugh, Love BS. But that's just me though. That might not be you, and that's okay. No judgment here. And obviously, if you guys are little future business moguls, you can scale things up to whatever method works in your mind. I'm just trying to be stress-free, make some coin, provide for my family, and ultimately live as freely as I possibly can. Once again, under the ground rules that were set by those before me. Until next time, y'all, live the dream, eat that ice cream. If you guys want to buy anything, I got a website. It's linked down below. I got a whatnot. It's in the video description as well. Check it out if you feel inclined to do so. If not, all good. A free like definitely will help. Until next time, live the dream, eat that ice cream. See ya. And if you guys want more helpful tips and tricks, let me know. I might do some more videos kind of like this. Peace.
Killing these songs, leaving them bloody like I used to. And I'm in it to win it, so I'm somebody that you should get used to.